Spring 23, week 5, and the topic tonight is apparel and bra fitting. So I just love the awesome chatter and how we have such a great group already, or still after 5 weeks with this. You know, I like to say sometimes March is in like a lion, out like a lamb, and that lamb never showed up. So aside from that, I'm very inspired and by all of you, and proud of all of you for hanging in there in this weather, because a lot of people lose their motivation when the weather is like this. And so hats off to you for hanging in there and knowing that you're not going to melt. The weather is what it is. And so in light of this, that's a good segue into this topic, which is apparel and bras, because you want to be prepared no matter what the weather is. We all have goals, right? Goals to be consistent, goals to either maintain or improve our fitness. And you've heard us talk about consistency, princess steps, you know, all the different ways that you can stay injury-free, healthy, and consistent, regardless of the weather, and part of it is hooking up with people to hold yourself accountable, because when you set that appointment with your buddies, we're going to meet on this day, at this time, at this location, you're not going to let them down. And that's how we create opportunities to be consistent, okay? So with gear, you want to have a jacket or a hat or gloves or layers. Layers. We like to talk about layers when it comes to apparel, because if it is cold and wet and rainy or windy, and it starts out like that, you want to be warm, but know that you're going to warm up after you get going. How many times have you put on a bunch of clothes and then you get out there and after about 10, 15 minutes, you're kind of warm to the point where you feel like you need to shed something. So if you dress in layers, that allows you to shed and then not be too hot, okay? Or if you get out there and it's really nice and then you get caught in a hailstorm, you want to be protected. You want to be able to put something back on again, okay? And the thing is you really don't want to be bulked up with a whole bunch of, you know, heavy 100% cotton stuff, because the thing about cotton is when it gets wet, it's going to be weighted down. And when cotton gets wet, it retains the temperature of the air. And so you're not only heavy and soggy and wet, but if it's cold, you're going to be cold because that cotton's hanging on to the moisture, retaining the temperature of the air. And the opposite, if it's hot, that wet is trapping your heat inside, not allowing the heat to escape. And so having technical gear, which is all of the tops, all of the bottoms, all of the bras. Technical gear means it's a polyester blend, not the polyester of the 60s, or a synthetic blend, I could say, but the polyester and synthetic of today that's engineered to wick the moisture, to keep us drier and cooler when it's hot, drier and warmer when it's cold. And so if you've not experienced it before, this is a great opportunity to talk to your leaders or talk to people that have, come in, try stuff on. So as far as the apparel goes, some people like things to be fitted more next to skin, we call it. And when it's next to the skin, it's able to perform in the way it was intended to perform, versus if it's super, super loose. So if it's next to the skin, it's going to take that moisture from our perspiration or the air, and it's going to be transported from the inside of the fabric to the outside of the fabric where it evaporates really quick, versus if it's super, super loose. But that said, some people have a personal style preference of, fitted versus semi-fitted, which is not too tight, versus relaxed, okay? And that's all very personal. So sometimes if it's a relaxed fit that we're going for, sometimes we size up. Sometimes it depends on the fit style of that particular brand or that particular line within that brand, okay? Just like shoes. You could have a shoe company that some of the shoe models within that same brand run a little more narrow, and some of them run a little more generous. Okay, same type of thing with lines in apparel. And I will say an apology right off the bat. One of the things I've really tried to do over the years is include extended sizes in our lineup. And it's been a little more difficult for me recently to get those because apparel companies aren't offering them as readily as they used to. So, and that's just part of the supply chain, a lot of different reasons, but I'm just going to say that right off the bat because I anticipate that question might come up. Why don't you have more options for extended sizes? So I'm doing the best I can. When stuff's available, I'm bringing it in, trust me. Okay. If it don't have it here, it's because I'm having a hard time getting it in. Okay. That said, we're going to shift over to bras. And I'm going to, let's see, practice what I preach and unlace the shoes. We have this promotion coming up that I have detailed in the most recent update for week 5. And that promotion, I'll remind you, is for the next 2 weeks, you get 20% off of either Brooks or Handful. And I'm going to talk about those 2 bra brands today. And we're raffling off 2 Handful bras and 2 Brooks bras. And there's going to be one bucket that if you just come in and go through a fitting with me and Yessie, you get it entered into a drawing, even if you don't purchase, but you go through a fitting, okay? And then there's another one that if you purchase, you're entered again. So you double your chances of winning, okay? And yes, we're trying to move product, but we used to do an event called Chicks Night. It was a 3-hour event. How many people ever came to Chicks Night? Okay, we had it 13 years in a row. It was a 3-hour event that included bra fitting and wine and chocolate and shoe fitting too. It was a major event that we did, and we had to cancel it because the big lockdown happened in March 2020, literally 3 days before it was scheduled. I had all the chocolate and wine ordered. I had 13 reps scheduled to come. Yes, I cried. But instead of that, I'm trying this 2-week with you. With you. All you got to do is come in, and I listed the hours very specifically. Basically, our regular hours, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 5, with one exception. The one exception is I asked you not to expect a bra fitting at 5:30 on Tuesday night for understandable reasons, okay? I made one exception tonight, but that's because she didn't have a bra. And so, okay, and we got it done really fast. But for all intents and purposes, I just ask that you come in, during the week, and please make a time. I'm not asking you to schedule an appointment. I'm here all the time. And I'll make sure and bring my lunch, so if you come at lunchtime, I'll fit you in, don't worry. And it's a great opportunity, too, to get some training in with Yessie. And she's been here now just tad over a month, and she's doing great, and this is just a great opportunity, too. So that also begs the question, if you ask me, can a friend that's not a member of the clinic come and take advantage of this? If they come and tell me you sent them, the answer is yes. But they have to still go through the fitting. They have to go through the fitting. And so what that means then is, let's say we're talking about Handful. I'm going to go through a couple of options right now in the Handful category. And I have to tell you first, before I start, about, this is a Handful. Now that's not going to work. I practiced this a little bit. I got my layers. Okay, this is a new Handful top that we're bringing in. And it's got a little more coverage, you can see, than the traditional racer back that doesn't. A lot of people like a little more coverage. It's got a little bit of sass because it's unfinished hems up here. And there's different optional things you can do with it. So, here we go. You can do this. Okay, how's that? A little style, a little sass. All right, that's one. Probably count them. Okay, here's another one. Okay, how's that? 2. All right. This is 3. Okay. Number 4. Let's see if I can get this right. Crop top. 4 options. Right? Does that work? Okay. Okay, so that's a top that's coming in. And then I'm going to move to this. This is also coming, and these are coming. You can put your phone in there. Okay, and this one is called the adjustable. So we've got the adjustable, and I've got them coming in extra large too. So if you saw the pictures, I intentionally put pictures up there with larger size models. Okay, to let you know, yes, a larger person can use this. Now, if it's a spaghetti strap and you're going to use it for high impact, it's not going to give you as much support as the next one I'm going to show you. But you can see that it's rouged. I'm not really this big. There's pads in there that give me a little shape. Okay, so flatter, not flatten. All right, and you can see in the back that it's straight back now, but in the pictures I showed you, you can see that it'll cross in the back too. And you can see that it also can go like a halter top. And then in the window, if you happen to notice it, it also just goes back like that. I wouldn't run in that format, but you can actually put it so it goes like that for style. So this one's called the adjustable because it's highly adjustable. Then there's another one called Y-back. So the thinner band here, the thinner straps here, not as supportive as this one. This one's called so adjustable, this one's Y-back. And we do have this one coming in also in extra large. Don't worry, I'm only going to do 2 this time, not 7. Okay, so you can see a wider band and wider straps, and it's got that cute back. Okay, so let's say you don't want a bunch of adjustability, which I am going to demonstrate here, or I'm going to point out in these bras. You just want to pull it on and go. This is an option for that. Okay?
Does that have the removable pads in it?
Yes. Okay. All handfuls have the removable pads. Right. And you can double up the pads if you need to for people that have had, I'm saying that sincerely, for people who have had mastectomies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And you can see the ruching too, so you can use a lower top and use this kind of as a layering thing. And again, if you just want to put it on and go, this can be fine for people who are even CD. It's one of their most supportive ones. Okay. So now I'm going to go to this one here. I've got this one coming in. I don't stock this one. It's got the front zipper for people that have shoulder problems, perhaps. And it's got a adjustability in the back. I've had front zip bras here before, and they don't generally tend to go that well, but I have medium, I have a small, medium, and large coming, so that you can use them as try-on. So if you're interested in this one, I have it in medium and large, so you can use it to try it on, and then if you want it, I can get it in for you, okay? And then also, I've got this one coming in, which is probably one of the second to the most supportive ones, along with this Y-back. And this one, can't remember what this one's called because it's new. Game time bra. Game time meaning let's go. Okay, it does have adjustability in the band, in the straps rather, but not the band, and it's a little bit longer in the front. You can kind of see how it's going to be longer in the front, but again, still has the adjustability. So I will have this one coming in, I got the small, I'll have it in medium, large, and XL as sample try-on. Okay.
The straps cross in the back?
The straps cross in the back, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And, yep, they cross. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 different handful styles that you can try on. And then also, I've got this type coming in the shirt, this tank. It's called the something tank, and sorry, Jennifer, I forgot what the name of it is. So I'm going to put it back on right now just to show. I don't really need this either, so. Okay, but just a couple of things about bras. You notice that it was kind of tight here. The secret, one of the main secrets to supporting breast tissue is a secure band. And I'm going to be extremely honest with my experience. Some of my older customers don't tolerate it so tight right here. Okay, fine. It's a trade-off. Okay, the younger customers seem to be fine with it being secure here based on our measurements. And let's say somebody thinks she's a 36 double D, or let's go 36D, okay? The sister size is 34, so down a band size, up a cup size. So the sister size to 36D would be 34 double D. So going down a band size to get that secureness and up a cup size to get the coverage, okay? And when I do that with older customers, they just, for some reason, don't tolerate it being too tight. So the trade-off, you're trading some support for comfort. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just being honest with my 25 plus years experience fitting people. In fact, it happened twice today, okay? And I get to say, you know, be honest. And sometimes when we go through the measurements, when we go through the measurements, we're going to ask you, what are you going to use it for? Walking, running, literally horseback riding, volleyball. That's high impact. You want that support. So we're going to measure the bust and we're going to measure the band. And when we measure the bust, we don't pull tight. When we measure the band, take a breath and then exhale. And we're going to pull pretty secure here. And that's what all the bra gurus are teaching. That's what we're doing. If you don't want it that tight, then just say, no, that's too tight. But we'll get a measurement. We'll bring out a bra. Do you like racer back? And we're going to talk about these. So this one here is racer back. She's got the encapsulation separation. And then she's also got a level of compression because of the racer back. Yeah, you got to put it on over your head. But there is a trick to this one that you don't have to hook it in the back. Okay, some people grew up hooking it in the back. Some people are really good at hooking in the back. Some bras are kind of hard to hook in the back. So there's a trick to this one, which Yessie and I will show you how to do it so that you can hook it in the front, swivel it around, and then strap it back in, because these straps are adjustable and come out of their little hook thing. Okay, so, and it's got great ventilation. Another thing that you can expect, there we go. We're going to ask you, once you got it on, hold the band, reach in and grab the girls up and in. So you're centering them in the cups and the headlights are pointed straight forward. Another thing is, if you have a bra and the back of it rides up like a horseshoe, that means it's too loose. That means, you know, like some people, like even today we did a fitting and the person said, well, it was always feeling kind of tight, so I thought I needed to go up in size. And so they go up in size a lot, and then it rides up like that. That's an indication, a textbook indication, it's too loose. So it should be mostly straight, the band should be mostly straight across the back, okay? And so you can either lean over and shimmy, or else, again, grab the band, or the band right here, reach in and grab the girls up and in, make sure they're centered. And then oftentimes too, you know, you come into the fitting room and you're over-focused on the bra. You came in a day bra, which is not tight, right? Because it's a day bra. It doesn't need to be. You're not going on your exercise. So then I get you into this. We talk about the sister size. I get you into the size that looks beautiful. It looks great. And you're like, this feels really tight. Well, of course, you just got out of your day bra. You're in the fitting room and you're overthinking it. So what I have you do sometimes, put your shirt on. So you put your shirt on. I say, go out here, walk to the door and back, or jog to the door and back. It's the same kind of thing we'd have you do if you were trying on shoes, right? Right. Go move in it. And then come back and tell me, give me your feedback. And people usually come back and say, wow, that felt so great. I felt the support. Could you breathe? Yeah, I could breathe just fine. Okay, so that's my point. When you're in the fitting room, you just got out of your day bra. I put you in a bra that has support, which is what you want, not just for comfort, but for breast tissue health. Once they start sagging, they're sagging. You don't want that. You want to support, especially with, and brisk walking and running, of course, is high impact. So we want to support the girls and increase the breast tissue health. The brands and the bras, there actually is a lot of studying and technology that goes through this. The girls move in a figure 8, okay? And we may not 100% stop that movement, but we want to limit that movement as good as we can, okay? Let's see, any questions so far? Is this making sense? Question, Heather. Teresa, sorry.
So I just wanted to add on the zipper bra, I came in after a reconstruction after my mastectomy, the second reconstruction, and that bra saved me. You know, and I could wear it at night, I could wear it to sleep, and it didn't feel cumbersome, but it was also because after that kind of surgery, you don't want to move your arms and your shoulders and your upper back, and being able to unzip in the front and still be, you know, in like supported was
yeah. So in that case, the front zip, in case you didn't hear it over there, the front zip is applicable, relevant, helpful, game changer, life changer, and that kind of thing. That's why I am bringing it in sample set, kind of like the demo shoes. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the racer back. Also, these have nearly seamless. Their new line called Dare is nearly seamless here. It does have ventilation in the front, and then we'll talk about this is the scoop back. Okay, so the scoop back makes it a little easier to get on and off because you don't have to put it on over your head. You can hook it in the front, swivel it around, but it also has strap adjustability in the front because it has this hook right here. Let's see if I can show you here. Okay, so this is a hook. It comes out, and then you can adjust it in the front here instead of adjusting it in the back if you needed to have a little more support. And it's extremely reinforced, okay? The thing's not stretching, so it's really super reinforced. Also still has the separation encapsulation, so you're not going to get the uniboob, okay? Separation encapsulation, it's got the ventilation here, okay? So all around great. Now some of them are going to give you a little more coverage, some of them a little less coverage. Now I'm going to shift to the underwire. And sometimes I hear, oh, I don't like underwire, it cuts into me, etc., etc. 8 out of 10 women that I have tried this bra don't even realize they have underwire. It's that supportive. And it's got double support, okay? So you've got the support here, and then on the outside part, you're going to have, kind of see that there? It's going to come up a little higher for a little more coverage. You can kind of see that right there, okay? Sort of pass to show you. See this part right here where it's double support? And then see these straps back here? See that actually, you wonder, what are those straps for? So these straps are adjustable here, and then you can also, I'm going to put it right here, you can also take this hook, this strap out. It just comes right out of there, right there like that, and it comes over to here, and then this one comes over to there. Okay, now you can see how there's an X there now. See the X? that X significantly increases the support. So this is like convertible. It's a scoop back that converts to like a racer back. Okay, now, if you have it like this to begin with, then yeah, you do put it on over your head and hook it behind your back, which can be difficult. So if you have it straight back and you have it on, and then you want it crisscross, have a partner, a spouse, a husband, a friend, if you have available, that can shift it for you while you have it on. And that's something that we also can demonstrate. And again, I had a customer today that did that, and I haven't fitted this on anybody yet that didn't feel the extra support when it got crisscrossed. Okay, so this bra was designed. These bras are all designed. Our bodies are built to run. Your bra should be too, or walk, as I always say. So all these bras were engineered for this. And that's oftentimes why this bra, and I've had the last few people, can you just take the tag off? I just want to wear this right now because it's that comfortable. And we do have this model up to 44, 42 and 44. And we have cup sizes up to G. So FFG. I have a few in the basement of an old brand that I'm phasing out, that I do have some H's down there. But once again, the idea with this 2-week promotion is that we're trying to offer something to our customers because it's just become too difficult to do the Chicks Night again. Trying to get the reps here and only having one other female on my staff besides me. It's a pretty huge undertaking to do Chicks Night. So I'm sorry we can't have it. It kind of bummed me out too, broke my heart to not be able to do it. So I appreciate this group as sort of a test pilot to see how this is. So even if you don't think you need one, you can still come in, go through a fitting, and still be entered. And that's how Jennifer Ferguson from Handful and my rep, Brett Bickle, they believe in this. They know, they have been here for years during Chicks Night, physically being here. The guys were guys in ties doing shoes, and the female reps were helping with bra fitting. So they're supporting us in this. And if we have a size, in these styles that I don't even have yet that you want, I'm going to get it in for you. So are there any questions?
How do you wash them?
Great question. How do you wash them? Washing cold, hang to dry. Okay. If you have a lingerie bag, whether it's a hook and eye or one with the pads, it's suggested that you put it in a lingerie bag so that the hooks don't get caught in some other something and that the pads don't get lost. So washing cold, hang to dry. And please, if you currently use fabric softener, I just really highly suggest that you consider not using fabric softener for any of your workout gear. Why? Because it clogs the breathability. All right, so how many people have had chafing in any place? Chafing. Okay, quite a few. Okay, so part of the reason for chafing is a couple things. The bra doesn't fit right. It's rubbing up and down. It's probably not tight enough. And or, what's that say? No bra should celebrate a birthday. Why? It gets all stretched out. Why else?
It builds up the product in the fabric.
Yes. Our body's natural oils, no matter how much laundering we do, it's going to clog up the breathability. So if it's not breathing, it's hanging on to the moisture. If it's hanging on to the moisture, that's contributing to the friction and blistering too. Okay, so, clean out your drawers. Get rid of the old bras. Let's go back to what we've talked about. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Doesn't matter if you're a nearly A, like me, or FGH, okay? We want to help you as best we can, and for the most part, I feel fairly confident for 98% of the people, we have the something for you. And so thank you for listening. I'll take one more question and then we'll get out of here. Anybody?
I do have a comment. I have that last bra you showed, and I never unhook it.
Wait, the racerback?
Yes.
The racerback.
Pull it on with it crossed.
This one?
No, the very last black one.
Oh, this one, the underwire.
Yeah, I pull it on like that.
And hook it behind your back?
To hook it.
So you have it crisscrossed?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just pull on over my
So Kristen has the underwire, and she leaves it crisscrossed, puts it on over her head, and hooks it behind her back.
I didn't even unhook it.
You leave it? Oh, you leave it hooked?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you're all right. Okay, and it works. Okay. Any other feedback, comments, questions, anything? Okay, John just is reminding me too. We have this product called Power Wash. Thank you. We have this. It's called Power Wash. And this gets the stink out. It cuts through the enzymes that contribute to the odor. Okay, there's no scent in it. It's awesome stuff, and we have that here. So thank you, John. Okay, thank you so much. I don't even remember what the topic is next week. Can you take a look there? What's the topic next week? Core work. So next week is core work. And thank you again. Have a great week. And happy Easter. Happy Easter.